Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some more F1 2020. We're jumping into the multiplayer game again because the previous video I did an open lobby, but now I wanted to try out the ranked lobbies on the game. So this is my first time entering the ranked lobbies. I know it is 1 month before the release of F1 2021, but I wanted to try out the multiplayer version of F1 2020 before the game went obsolete. So here we go, going into our first race ever, which is the Canadian Grand Prix. So I had a personalized setup for this track, so I utilized it for this race. This is qualifying, one-shot qualifying session, of course, in the ranked lobbies. I had no placement nor a safety rating, so this is going to be an interesting one. Probably going to be driving with some novice drivers, of course. Novice drivers are always the worst because if you guys saw my previous video, which you can see popping up on the top left, top right of the screen, as well as in the description below, you will notice that no one leaves you space and patience is the key. So doing my qualified lap here, which is a good lap, coming up to the hairpin turn, taking it nicely and making our way to the start finish straight slash the start finish line. Overall, we did very well. We were setting some good sectors, good lap times, and this was overall a very comfortable race. I knew I had some pace in me at Canada, so I wanted to use it to the best of my ability, but here we go, crossing the line, and it shows that we are quite pacey, getting P1 in the qualifying session. So this was really a positive start to the race weekend, and here we go into the race itself. We are going for a short medium stint. It seems like the computer gives us the optimal strategy regardless, so we overfuel the car, go for soft medium, and we immediately head on into the race. We are with 5 others, including myself at 6, and yeah, I'm hoping for a fast run out of here, fast release into the start. And yeah, we overshot the starting time, so we jump start, meaning we have a drive-through penalty. It's a shaky start for us, cutting the corner there as well, and off we go into the distance. We are quite pacey already, getting a 2-second gap to the cars behind, so hopefully that is a good sign for the rest of the race. The clouds are starting to form above us, but thankfully it's not a wet race. We are staying on the dry compactive tire, so I'm not too worried. The only thing that worries me is that drive-through penalty, because I didn't really want it, but yeah, we jumped the start, so what you expect, we get penalized for it. A little shaky there, lost the rear end, but thankfully we keep it on the track. Coming up to the hairpin turn, nice and easy, nicely done, and off we go into the distance. They are catching us, by the way. P2 is kind of catching us. He also has a drive-through penalty for a jump start, probably jump started because I jump started, but here we go. My thought is that I want to get the penalty out of the way early, so here we go into the pit lane, getting the drive-through penalty out of the way, and it's a pretty simple drive down the pit straight, to be honest. Pit limiter was on, so there wasn't much I needed to worry about. I knew I had the pace compared to the others, so I wasn't all too worried as we exit the pit lane there. And this was a moment of shock. As we exit, I get control and I immediately spin out, crashing into the wall, damaging my wing. So it's not looking good for us. We're stuck there, don't know how to reverse the car out of there successfully, but we eventually get it out of the siding, and Jeff tells us to come in early. Immediately on lap 2 into lap 3, and we switch tires to the mediums and get a new wing as well, because aerodynamics is quite important in Canada because of the long straights, you know, just before the start finish straight as well as on the start finish straight. So it's important to stay active with the changes, so if there's any damage to the car, try to fix it immediately, and that's what I decide to do. Go into the pits again for the medium compound tire to see out the rest of the Grand Prix, as well as get a new set of wings. So that is what's happening here, going into the pit lane, getting a quick release, quite easy, and we are back on the road. We are coming up to a back marker, or rather I should say the guy ahead of us, he logged out, so the AI is driving for him, and of course the AI is a lot slower on this track, so here he goes. Quite easy to overtake, especially with ghosting on. Being ghosted is perfect because I don't have to navigate around them, and they won't be a prick about letting us through or leaving us a space. So that was ideal. Track limits warning, but that is fine. We keep pushing on, and it's a tall mountain to climb now. We have to try and catch up to the rest of the pack. We go up to P4 all of a sudden, don't know what happened there, but it is what it is. I'll take a free position if they're giving me one. So we are up to P4 on the medium tires, catching as quickly as we can. 2 green sectors, by the way, on this lap, so we are getting faster and faster compared to the others. The medium tires are starting to take shape as we bend the car again, lose the front wing, and everything just looks horrible. Our pace was really strong. We were about to take P3 at some point soon, but that moment of slip just really ruined the race for us. So it's another mountain to climb. Again, relating back to the previous multiplayer video, it is the Sisyphus story where I have to climb up the mountain with the ball, and then as soon as we reach the top, it rolls down the other side, and we have to do it all over again. So into the pits for the soft compound tire and the new wings, and we come up to the guy we overtook again, and we easily overtake him at the hairpin slash the straight before the start finish straight. So that's an easy job done, and that was pretty much the race. Sadly, we couldn't get much done. We really tried to push it, but the other cars were just as fast, if not a little bit slower, not enough for us to catch up with our pace. P4 for the first ranked race in my career, and it shows that my training with the My Team series has really helped us and paid off. The next race is in Singapore, another track that is quite technically difficult for a lot of players, so I'm expecting another solid run here. A nice qualifying session, and we are quite pacey. By the way, another setup that I got for my personal use. I use that here as well, and it's looking quite decent right now as we set the fastest sector 1, purple sector 1, and we try to push on for purple sector 2. The only thing that I'm kind of upset about is that I don't know the gear changes for the turns, for the corners. The main issue is I don't know whether to go down to 3rd or 4th gear, and that's why I think my qualifying lap is a little slow. Could be a little faster, but it is what it is. That's all I can say. Nice little turn here at the slow hairpin turn, and off we go past the bridge section into this long straight, which is important for DRS and straight line speed. Another sector, purple sector 2. So it's looking very likely like we will be the fastest car around this track. Slow turn here into the Emirates section. That's what I call it, because literally all the advertising boards have Emirates written on it. And we make it through the underpass and coming up to the, I don't know, the Singapore Eye or something, the Ferris wheel, so to say, and here we come to the start finish line to set the fastest lap in qualifying. So we are getting good qualifying laps done. We are quite strong in qualifying, but we just can't get the results in the race. So I'm hoping that the Singapore race is going to be a better circuit for us. Perhaps a better result will come for us here in Singapore. So 5 red lights and off we go, and we got a decent start. Again, a little shaky. I gotta still work on my starts from the lights, so doing well. Got a decent run after the start despite being a little shaky, getting on well here in P1, trying to run away from everyone else because you know what happens when you get stuck with the back markers or the slower drivers. They will knock you out of the race. So really trying to push it here, trying to be in P1 with at least like a 5 or 6 second gap to the next car behind us. and that seems to be more and more likely as we are extending the gap to the cars behind 1 second or so now, so that is a good sight to see. Hopefully we can keep it up and try to extend the lead a little further here. 1.3 seconds as we come up to the hairpin turn, and this is when I hear a loud crunch behind us. Yellow flag as well, so who, what, when, I don't know what happened behind us. 5-second gap is given to us, the one that we were looking for. So it seems like P2 and P3 or maybe P4 got into a little tussle on that hairpin turn, collided, and lost a lot of time to us. So we are running away with the lead, doing pretty well towards the end of the first opening lap. A little adjustment there as I nearly hit the corner there, jumped onto the curb and got a track limit warning, another one, and here we keep going on the last turn into the start finish straight, and we set the fastest lap, of course, since it's lap 1, but also we extend the gap, so it's pretty decent. The car behind us on mediums, by the way, so I think my soft compound tires are really starting to wear off quickly. Set another fastest lap in lap 2, but then this gets taken by the car behind us, so seems like the medium tires are optimal at this stage. Their wear is a lot better than the softs. The softs die off pretty quickly, so we're coming up to our pit stop window, so it's lap 5 entering lap 6, and we prepare to pit, losing the back end, smashing our wing, and we come up into the pits. A little understeer here and there, and this is when our dream collapses in the Singapore Grand Prix. We crash into the edge of the barriers on the pit entry, and we have to retire the car. So it's another upset for us, really a heartbreak for the Su Elite Racing team, so to say. Final race of the episode today. We're doing 3 races, and then I think I'll put another 3 ranked races in another video coming soon, so please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. I'll be pumping these out before the end of F1 2020 and the entry of F1 2021. Spain is another strong circuit for me. I mean, it recently became a strong circuit for me because I did a practice run on here on automatic / manual gearbox, so I did the comparison. I think I actually was it Spain or was it China that I did it for my team series, but I don't know. We bid the car regardless, and it's becoming a shaky start for us. I got kind of worried that I was gonna lose out some positions because of that mistake. And by the way, I'm only racing one other driver on this multiplayer server. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So there's one other guy and myself on this track. I see a purple sector 2, so I'm thinking that the other drivers probably binned their car or struggled somewhere. So let's see what happens here. Coming up to the line for another P1, another strong start for us, doing very well here. Again, qualifying we are super strong, super solid, but during the race it is quite poor. Dropping our car setup a little. Our strategy is looking good from the soft to medium stint, but we dropped our front wing a little bit. The aerodynamics seemed to be a little draggy during my qualifying session, so I wanted to be a little faster, so I dropped it to 410 wings. So here we go with the start of the race. Both of us are on soft compound tires, and away we go. Got a decent exit, but still very slow compared to the other driver here. He or she got a better start than us. But if you take a look next to the name, there is a series of Wi-Fi bars next to it, so I am getting quite worried that he's gonna lag during the session. So I try to keep my distance, try not to get pinged off into the barriers. So yeah, patience is the key, as I keep saying in the previous multiplayer video. So I keep my patience. As you see, he goes wide, and that opens the door for me to overtake and take P1 back from him. He gets stuck on the siding in the gravel traps, probably around the grass, and I just patiently make my way through the field. But then look at this, that turn right there is always dangerous on the Spanish circuit. Like whenever you add a little bit of acceleration there, the car's rear just goes and you have a you just lose control of the car. So We bend the car a tiny bit. The front left wing has taken some damage, so I am considering going into the pits early, trying to get the wing sorted out, because this guy, the other guy behind us, is quite slow, but he is still a threat to our dominance here. So I'm considering whether to pit early or to pit later, and I decide, you know what, I'm gonna go one additional lap and see what his pace is like and what my pace is like. So fastest lap, of course, after lap 1 and entering lap 2, we come up to the line once more to see what our pace is like, and we find out that we are actually quite fast despite the broken wing. We have 2 purple sectors coming up to the final chicane here in Spain, 3rd and 4th gear, and we come up to the line with good acceleration, good gear shifts for a solid 121.5, and that's when the guy behind us overtakes us with the fastest lap with a 121.505. so he is a couple hundredth faster than us, and I'm really considering boxing soon. So I asked Jeff for the information on the car behind, but then he bends the car. So yeah, it's an easy run for us. We're alone in the lobby now after he or she retires. So the driver just, yeah, disappeared. So we are all alone on this circuit. It's lap 15. I did the whole 17 laps by or rather I should say the whole 15 remaining laps by myself. Kept my patience and my concentration. 120.333 seems to be my fastest lap around here with this car. We also got a front wing change, medium tires, and we crossed the line for P1, and we also get an achievement for coming first in the Grand Prix. So yeah, that was the first P1 finish. What a high note to end the episode on. Getting driver of the day as well, because I'm the only driver. I guess the only way I can get P1 is by driving by myself in a ranked lobby. As you see, we completed 3 races. There's still no placement yet, as we still have 3 races left for us to get rated. So that is what it is. There we go. That was the online lobbies I did. You can see some more details here. I do have some corner cutting, exceeding track limits warnings, but that is minor compared to what we were able to accomplish today. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe using the red button down below, and hit the notification bell as well so you're notified when the next video goes live. I'll be making more videos of F1 2020 ranked lobbies, so please be sure to stick around for that as well. We're trying to hit 40 subscribers on this channel, so please do help me out by subscribing, and also please feel free to join this community that we're trying to build here. As always, I hope you're doing well, and until the next video of mine, please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time.